Doomed to Repeat is a Delta Green actual play podcast with violent themes and adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to episode 5 of Doomed to Repeat. I'm Sergio, your handler. Tonight, we continue our playthrough of the scenario Reverberations by Shane Ivey.
What the hell am I doing? Well, apparently, right this second, I'm talking to myself. Like a crazy person. Ugh, I guess I am crazy. But who could blame me? No. I'm not crazy. I can't be crazy. I've made it this far with my wits, and I won't let that be squandered now. I'm fishing on the lake, talking to Daryl. Hi, Daryl. Thanks for listening. What the hell am I doing? Is that what you asked, Daryl? Now, truth is, it's a question I've been struggling to answer ever since I started all this shit, and I'm no closer now to being able to answer that question than ever. The truth is, I never really know. I get instructions, I follow them, I see some fucking shit that would drive a normal man insane, optionally save the day, then I go home and act like everything in the world is just fine. I've been saying this for a while now, but this time I'm serious. This is the last one. The last mystery to be solved, the last of whatever Twilight Zone fucking David Cronenberg existence the last few decades has been. It's time for me to pass on the buck. Let new blood flow. God knows mine has run enough. Is running enough. And I suspect that by the time the job is done, mine won't be the only to run. Oliver, Rose, I sent them into this shop, Hightower Records, with one simple job. Extract information about the disappearance of pushers of a drug called Reverb off the streets of Detroit. It is still unclear to me whether the pair succeeded at this. God knows FCell's own Agent Frost did not help the situation. Fuck. She's a good kid, but she needs help. God, why did anyone let her anywhere near that goddamn evidence locker? Regardless, a meeting was set for later in the day with the record shop clerk. Or owner. I'm not really sure. Echo, at a local music club called Studio Overground. After much fumbling, the assembled agents of FCell and I found ourselves sitting in some greasy spoon diner with one asset having ran away and the other weaseling his way out from our grasp with nothing more than that damn greasy mouth of his. But no matter. We'll take care of him, one way or another. Those two. There's something hinky about both of them. I know that they've got some sort of ancillary motivation here. A journalist and a librarian. Two people that have dedicated their lives to the consumption of the ignorant plebeian masses. That makes them huge liabilities for our operation. They already know too much about us, about what we do, and they're only going to learn more by the time all is said and done. It is far too risky to leave them hanging loose. We can't risk them running their greasy little mouths, jeopardizing what we do. I see no other alternative. Once they're no longer useful, I'm gonna have to put a bullet in their untrustworthy brains. I'll teach that fucking good-for-nothing librarian to run away from me. By the time I'm done with her, she'll be begging me to put an end to her miserable fucking existence while I beat her with the severed legs that she used to cross me. Whew. I need a stiff drink. Maybe the shock or blood loss is finally getting to me. Yeah, let's go with that. I am not crazy. Of course you're not. Thanks, Daryl. Meanwhile, while Oliver and Rose were missing in action, Agents Frost, Frog, and I rode over to Chinatown to investigate a plant native to China called Lao, a substance I knew to be a key component of the drug Reverb. The owner of the shop himself, Eddie, did not know much aside from Lao's obscure status. He didn't sell any. We discovered that the plant grew exclusively in remote regions of the Himalayas and was used extensively by a mysterious people known as the Hua Chi. According to Eddie's grandma, you ingest too much of that shit and some kind of a demon or monster called a Preda may or may not come for you. Yeah, these kids though. Frog, Frost. They're green. Stupid. Senseless. If they're gonna last long in this game, they'll need something to keep them safe. Well, safe is a strong word. Safer, I guess. I best be passing the buck onto them soon. After I made the decision that I would not be entering the music club and allowing the younger ones to sniff around there in my place, damn place reeked of spoiled rotten kids, I stopped by a nearby 7-Eleven to get a pack of cigarettes, kill some time. On my way out, I spotted what was possibly the most obvious drug deal I've ever seen. I don't want to profile, but there aren't many Asian drug dealers in Detroit. It wasn't much to go on, but after witnessing him executing on multiple deals, I decided to try my luck and arrest him. It went south, but good thing he's leaving me a nice trail of blood to follow. I doubt he's gonna make it very far.
So it's Saturday, October 27th, 1984. It's just now 10 p.m. Let's start with the 3 club goers. You guys are inside the club, and regardless of whether you succeeded or failed on those sanity checks from last session, you are all feeling dizzy and extremely confused. Your thoughts are racing. It's hard for you to maintain a thought like, gee, I should get out of here. It just kind of floats away, and then you snap back to your consciousness. Do you want to stay? What are you guys doing?
I'd like to leave.
Oh, I'd definitely like to leave.
I would like to leave so much.
I think Oliver would like to ask someone who is the most fucked up if they have any more reverb. That's the plan right now.
The band is playing God's Lost Children. It is loud, it is crude, and there is a kind of a large group of people that have moved to the front of the stage, and you can maneuver around them. I'm going to ask that each of you who wants to do something, you need to make a power times 5 roll, please.
Succeed with a 34.
Succeed with a 31.
I failed with a 93.
Echo, please roll a d8 for me.
Oh, shit. 3.
So what happens is, Agent Frost, you are not digging what's going on, and honestly, who cares what happens to the friendlies? You just start walking to the exit. And as you walk, I mean, you're kind of stumbling around, and it's difficult. You get about halfway, and that's when you realize a lot of the people that you're trying to get across or get past are starting a mosh pit. So you're not yet to the exit door, but you basically walk into the dance floor where people are now starting to mosh. Oliver, you stumble past these 2 folks that you know, and you find a table where there's a girl who's just kind of sitting there dancing along, and you start talking to her, but you can sense that your words are slurred, and you're having a hard time kind of getting across what you're trying to say. You get her attention, but she's like, what? She just keeps like trying to understand it. Echo, you need to make a Constitution times 5 roll.
I succeed with a 60.
You feel like you're about to throw up. And it almost kind of bubbles into your mouth, but you like grip the table and you hold it and you swallow it. And I need you to roll a d4.
That's a 2.
You're gonna lose 2 willpower. Once again, you all have things you want to do. If you'd like to continue doing them, make a power times 5 roll. In fact, I'm gonna say first, Agent Frost, you find yourself at the top of this initiative in the middle of a mosh pit. I need you to make a Dex times 5 check.
Got it. We got 44. Yes, I passed.
Okay, you have to dodge a couple of fists and a couple of kicks in your direction, but you manage to. You're the one that passed the sanity check. You're kind of the most aware that something is affecting your perception and things like that, but you manage to kind of avoid any punches that might hurt. You may make a power times 5 roll, and the rest of you may also make power times 5 rolls to continue trying to do something that you're trying to do.
52.
Okay?
Also 60.
I succeed with a 19.
Okay. So it sounds like everyone succeeded. Oliver, you finally put your lips together enough to say, You got any reverb? And you say it loud enough. Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Okie doke.
I'm going to say that it needs to be at minus 20%.
That is fair. So 50%. I have a 71. I failed.
She's just like, she's like, I don't know anybody called Robert. No! And you just can't, she seems to be fucked up enough on the drug that she's just of no use. Frost, you get to the door, and you stumble out the door, and the cool air is like so refreshing, and just being at this distance, you can already feel the weird buzzing sensation that is causing you dizziness to start to dissipate. Robin, you also manage to steel yourself and start moving into the crowd. However, you are also dodging punches and kicks. Agent Frost, do you want to do anything now that you're outside?
I'm gonna head towards the vehicle. Oh, wait, is the vehicle that we had, is it still near where it is, or did they take it, or is it gone?
I think it hasn't moved.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the car, and is it like a head thing, a nausea thing that I'm feeling right now?
It's like if Agent Frost has never done a lot of drugs.
No.
Then it's like smoking like 3 cigarettes in a row. It's just this head buzz.
Okay.
That also is a little psychedelic. You know, the lights were extra sensitive and the noises were just made you extra sensitive. But as you walk away from the club, it's just slowly dissipating, and you're feeling more yourself.
Okay, I'm gonna.
And you also see across the street Agent Frog carrying Agent Fluke, or at least kind of an arm over her shoulder. And it seems like he's been wounded.
Oh shit! I'm gonna rush over to them ASAP.
Okay.
Well, as coherently as I can if I'm stumbling, but I'm gonna rush over to them.
Okay, Echo, I need you to make a dexterity ×5 check as you are attempting to get out of the club in the mosh pit.
I succeed with 45.
Okay, you kind of dodge out of the way, and you also realize, oh, let me just kind of circle around the club. I don't have to go straight through this mosh pit to get the hell out of there. And you also kind of stumble into the cold night air. Oliver, what do you want to do this round?
I think it's kind of fucked in here in terms of volume, so I think I'm actually just... You know what? No, I'm gonna try one more time with this chick. I'm gonna like mimic snorting off my finger and funneling pills down my mouth, whatever I can get in the loud club to make it clear. I want to join the party.
Okay. Again, it'll have to be at a -20.
It's totally fine. Do I have to do a power check because I'm still fucking in here, or
yes, please?
Okay?
Yes, please. Okay. Power check first. Power ×5.
Okay, flat 30. I'm still okay for whatever reason.
All right. Got it.
Yeah. This is gonna be terrible karma later.
Oh yeah.
And then persuade under 50. That one I'll actually pass. Finally, 27.
Okay. You
give me drugs.
Yeah. You just heard reverb, and you're like gesturing a pill into your mouth, and she just says, "Oh!" She reaches into her purse and hands you a little white pill.
Yes. Okay. With my newly procured drugs, I'm going to leave the music club with my mission accomplished.
Give me another power ×5 check.
Okay. That one will fail. 53.
All right. Please roll a d8.
Sure.
You begin walking, and it's so dizzying that the feeling of wanting to puke, the feeling of like getting off of a really bad roller coaster, it's hitting you. But you steel yourself. I need you to roll a d4.
A 2.
You're going to lose 2 willpower.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Echo, you have stumbled outside. You are catching your breath. The music's a little bit quieter, and you're slowly kind of regaining your sense of self. You see Agent Frost just kind of walking in the direction of the car. Go ahead and make an alertness check for me.
I succeed with a 57.
You look to your left, and you see coming down the block Agent Frog, and she seems to be kind of helping Agent Fluke. He seems to be injured in some way. And you look to your right, and you actually see, just stepping out of a cab, is your friend Rose. So right about a block and a half, you see Rose stepping out of a taxi, and to your left you see the agents.
And Oliver hasn't gone out yet?
He still seems to be in the club.
I'm gonna run to Rose and hope that Frog and Fluke hasn't seen me yet.
At this point, I just need one more roll from Oliver, a power times 5, and then we'll get to Frog and Fluke.
And 6.
Okay, that's a 6%.
Okay, cool.
So that's a success. You basically just kind of fall forward out of the club. You also stumble into the cold evening air, and it's starting to feel a little bit better. Before we decide what happens to you, let's go to Fluke and Frog. So, Agent Frog, you have tied a tourniquet, kind of makeshift tourniquet, onto Agent Fluke's shoulder, and you are kind of walking back in the direction of the club. I need you to make an alertness check for me, please.
Okay.
And Fluke, you can do the same thing if you want.
Okay.
That's a fail with 72.
Success.
Agent Frog, you look ahead towards the club, and you can see some of the friendlies spilling out of the club. It looks like Echo is heading off in the opposite direction. You see Agent Frost walking towards you, but it is Agent Fluke who looks to their left and sees that down the block and around the corner, a pair of policemen are running, stopping on the corner, and kind of looking around, engaging where those gun blasts that happened a few moments ago are coming from.
2 options. Badges come out, or we get out of here fast.
I mean, we should get out of here fast. We need to get you to a hospital anyway.
No hospital. One of you guys can dig it out and stitch it up. That's fine.
I don't know. Do you have a first aid kit in your car?
I think at least between the 3 agents, though, someone would definitely have a kit.
Okay. This is ridiculous. Fine. We'll do it in this club parking lot.
So, whoever has the higher stealth between Frog or Fluke, someone give me a stealth check.
And
I'll give you... go ahead.
Would I be affected at all by my injury with that?
You can still walk. So, you got shot in the shoulder. You're not necessarily an invalid or anything right now. You certainly don't feel great, but I'm going to say that whoever has the higher search can have a plus 20%, as you're both working to just basically quietly go to your getaway car.
Okay, I'd have 60 with the plus 20. Okay. 39.
Awesome. The 2 of you spot the cops before they spot you. You kind of drop low to the ground. You make it to your car, and you help Fluke in. Shortly after, Frost comes walking up. And Frog, you can see that the police are kind of walking in the direction of where you guys came from, but they haven't noticed you. So in a moment, they're going to pass you, kind of looking, around the block where you were when those gunshots went off.
All right. I'm gonna call out to Frost. If we're done, we should go. We're done here, yeah? Phil's done.
Done? I'll see her urgency. Do I see that he's injured, by the way? Like, do I actually...
Oh, yeah. It's obvious now that you're closer that he's heavily bleeding. He's just got, like, a white T-shirt on. You guys kind of disrobed him a little bit. So he's got this heavy blood wound.
All right, well, then I'm going to, as quickly as I can in my heels, run and get back in the car and at least get it ready to haul ass.
Okay. You jump in, and you guys pull out without issue. The cops are already making their way on to the other side of the street, so they did not notice your escape. Rose, you step out of the taxi, you turn around, and you see Echo, somewhat pasty, somewhat sweaty, kind of fast walking in your direction. And you move towards her, I assume.
Yeah, I'll try to meet her.
And a few moments later, once she's nearly to you, you see Oliver come stumbling out of the club.
Echo, you look like you don't feel great.
That's yeah, I would say that's yeah. What time is it? Where are we?
It's just after 10. We're outside the music club. You just came out.
Music club. Okay. We need to go. And I just start walking down the street.
Wait, where's Ollie? Where are the rest of them?
You can see him now stumbling out of the front of the club.
Come here. Come on.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going?
Apparently we need to go.
Yeah, I think that'd be best.
You look about as bad as Echo.
Yeah, I think we're really high.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Okay. Okay, let's go then. Let's go. I'll just follow Echo as she hurries down and kind of like shepherd Ollie along.
Where are you heading, Echo?
I am trying to walk off this feeling for a little bit, but I want to find somebody who's kind of like a street kid or somebody who passes messages around. I'm looking to put out the word about this situation.
It does take about 5 minutes of just walking and talking and getting some fresh air, that weird sensation, that contact high of just being in the same room as people that were taking this weird drug finally starts to kind of go away, and you're feeling yourselves now.
I'm gonna get out my little thermos and put the little bit of tea that I have left in the little cup that comes on top of the thermos, and I'm just gonna like pass it between her and Ollie.
I'll take a sip of it.
Yeah. Hey, how'd things go down at the you were at a place, police department?
I'll tell you when you get home.
Yeah, that'd be good. I can't feel my own lips right now. It's like I ate them. I ate my own lips.
You're there, I promise you they're there.
It's like bad Coke. It's like I want to fight everyone and then cry for a very long time.
Oh, honey. I'm gonna just take his hand and put his hand to his own mouth and say, they're right there, can you feel them?
Oh, shit. Oh, I have lips. That's fucking great.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna lead up and give him a little kiss.
It's getting close to 10:30 now. Are you all three going to stay together, or are you guys separating at this point?
I don't feel comfortable leaving you alone like this, Echo.
I mean, that's up to you, but I need to do some things before this gets out of hand.
Well, what's on the docket? What are you thinking? We want to help.
I gotta shut people up. I gotta tell people about this. Yeah, I gotta find somebody. I'm still looking for anybody that I can relay something to.
So if Rose and Oliver are just going to basically tag along, you can give me a bureaucracy roll to see if you can find somebody out on the street now that would be of use to you.
Nah, I fail. 52.
Some of the best informants in town are the kids, and although the kids do tend to stay up late, you can't seem to find anybody. You find the occasional pony down pusher, you find the occasional user, but no one necessarily that has access to big people that you know are important.
Fuck. Does it have to be tonight?
It has to be tonight. I have to talk to somebody. Well, since I can't find a street kid or can't find my usuals, I gotta go down and see. I gotta go down to Pony Down and I gotta talk to some people. I don't know. Where are you guys going? Where are you staying the night?
Home, I guess.
Home? I wouldn't go home.
No. Why?
It's your business, but I wouldn't go home.
Well, I need to get some stuff from home before anything else happens.
I want to clarify something between the three of us. We're not running from these people now. Are we directly antagonizing ourselves, or are we still trying to keep face?
Well, we gotta keep face.
Yeah.
I'm scared of these assholes, but they're also doing something. There's more to this than just them.
Yeah, so maybe we can consider that at least one of us stays home. We got to be able to be touched by these folks, or they're gonna think we've gone completely off the rocker. We should keep like everything's the same. I think we could look into this stuff. Let's keep moving. If you need to go do your stuff, maybe we can break up and meet back at my apartment later. But
all I'm looking for right now is leverage. And the only way I'm going to get leverage is if I shut everybody up and information only flows one way. So I need to secure that now.
Well, Agent Constance doesn't trust Fluke, which means she's a person with even a modicum of a gut. And she wants me to keep an eye on him, so we have a little bit of leverage that way too.
Okay. Oh, I got the fucking drug too. And I pull out the pill and I show that. That's one step down, right? I don't know, we get it to a chemist or something. I don't know. I just thought it might come in handy, and I put that back in the
Someone else
jacket.
into this? You already pulled Echo in.
I should take that from you.
What?
I should take that from you. You shouldn't have that on you.
Echo, I worked real hard to get this.
I get that, but...
Look at me. Do I look like a man who buys drugs often? It's a miracle they gave it to me.
okay. Just hate for you to be the one who has it.
No, I'm kidding. Here. I hand it over to you, Echo.
Now it's not the fucking time, Ollie. I take it. Okay. So
So it sounds like you guys are splitting up.
yeah.
Okay. Oliver and Rose, where are you heading?
Maybe we push the street? I don't know. Do you have anything I don't?
I have a person I can talk to. Well, not a person, but their family I can talk to. Kid I used to tutor, he disappeared a few weeks ago. So,
Oh.
I don't think we can talk to them tonight, but tomorrow.
Okay, we can go with that then.
Yeah.
You also know that the agents made you leave your cars on the other side of town, so you could probably take a taxi and go pick those
We
up.
get our cars.
Yeah.
But once you do that, where are you going to stay for the night?
I would prefer to go to my place. I have a couple things I'd like to get from there.
I think that's rude. I think we should go to my place. I have a couple of stuff there.
I'll
No,
rock,
I'm
paper,
fucking with you. We'll go to yours.
God damn it.
All right, so you say your goodbyes, you jump into a cab.
I'm gonna
and
leave
you-
Echo my pager number. I don't know if she has it already, but I'm gonna leave it with her and say, if you need anything, I'm serious. We'll be there.
I'll come find you guys later.
Okay.
And don't take my drugs.
I'm not
Don't do
gonna.
'em.
I'm not gonna do it.
Okay,
No.
I'm getting them back after you're done.
You're not taking them either.
I'm not, but they're mine. Let's just ownership here. I just want to make some boundaries while we still can.
Sure. You can have it. Whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Perfect.
Be careful.
Hey, Ollie, make sure you put something on that eye.
Yeah, I'm trying. Does it look as purple as I think it does?
It looks worse.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Piece of meat, some peas, something.
Echo, where are you heading?
I'm heading to where I could find the Pony Down Gang.
That's going to be back in the direction of Hightower Records. It'll take a little while. In the meantime, let's cut away from our friendlies to our agents. You are driving in the car, and your senior agent, Agent Fluke, is bleeding profusely from his shoulder. What are you guys doing?
Okay.
Somebody get this thing out of me right the fuck now.
Right. Okay. I know where we could go. Not a hospital. I'm going to give. I guess Frost, you're driving.
Yep.
Okay. I will give you the address to the Hall of Origins, which is on the cool map that we have. And we'll go there.
Done.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna drive as fast as I can, but not to the point where like I'm gonna get noticed by cops right away.
Sure, you're following all the rules. And it doesn't actually take that long because it's not that far outside of the downtown area of Detroit. You find a corner building where on the bottom floor there is a large arcade. The windows, the majority of the windows, are actually already boarded up. And just the door entrance seems to be accessible. But you know that there's also a back entrance, Agent Frog. How do you want to enter the Hall of Origins?
We're gonna pull in the back, and I'm gonna just enter through the back as quietly as I can, and just Q. It'd be cool if you were here.
The door is open, and you can hear the sound of the pinball machines, the arcade games, the smell of the stale carpet and the Pepsi and the popcorn kind of all hit you. This is a very familiar place to you, and since you are coming up the back way, you actually hit the manager's office, and the door is open, and you notice that inside there is Luther Q. How would you describe Luther?
I think he's sort of an older, like, thin dude. Probably, I don't know. I just see old globetrotter body happening. Salt and pepper hair, and the thin glasses, loose, sort of airy shirt and jeans tucked into like old dress shoes.
So you see Luther digging in through his safe. He has a small safe, and you can see that he's putting what looks to be change and money that he has been keeping in that safe into like a personal briefcase. And he notices you, he closes it, and he sets it to the side, and he kind of adjusts his glasses, and he says, "Oh, Alicia, hey, how you doing? It's pretty late. I was gonna close soon.
Yeah.
You want some quarters?"
Oh no, not right now. Actually, we need to borrow your bathroom and your silence, but more your bathroom right now.
I don't understand. Am I in some kind of trouble?
No, you're totally fine. I just have I have a friend in the car that it would just be. Is it cool? I just need an umbrella. Yes, for you for the next hour.
Alicia, you're my best customer. I can't say no to you. Sure.
Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna go get Fluke out of the car. I'll almost lift him and carry him in, if that's okay.
A fucking arcade.
I think that you can without issue. You bring Fluke in, and Luther has actually been staying by the manager's door, kind of curiously watching you exit and re-enter with this man, and he sees the wound, he sees the blood, and he's just like, oh my god!
Yes, this is
as
what
bad as it looks. It's just a
what I
through and through.
Luther is not an agent. He's going to need to make a sanity check, which I will roll for him.
I'm so sorry, Luther.
He does not succeed that sanity check.
Oh no.
He just kind of puts his hand to his mouth, and he's like, oh my god, yeah, just take care of it in the bathroom. And he just kind of cowers and falls back into the manager's office, into his big chair, and he's just kind of watching you drag Fluke in there. And I assume you close the door?
Yep, I'm so sorry. This will be over so quick. Don't even trip, just relax. Okay, and I close the door.
It's a kind of a larger industrial bathroom, so there's some room for you guys. You both, I don't believe, have proficiency with a first aid kit.
No.
I certainly don't.
Yeah, so you just have the base of 10%. So I will say that whoever wants, amongst the three of you, may roll at a 10%. If you critically fail, you might actually do more damage to Agent Fluke. But if you succeed, you'll heal him. If you fail, all that will happen is that you will successfully cover the wound, but you won't necessarily heal him. But you'll be able to stop the bleeding. You'll just be able to do a general dressing.
I'm certainly not digging a bullet out of my own shoulder.
I just realized that I'm still in the car.
Oh yeah, Frost, do you want in on this fun night?
So, Sergio, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be the one carrying not only the first aid bag into the bathroom, but because of how the day has proceeded already, my personal duffel bag hasn't left the trunk of the car. I'm taking that as well. So I'm going to go ahead and take out a very, one of those Kevlar belts that I would have when I have everything clipped, and I'm going to give it to my boy to clamp down on his mouth.
Gotcha, sure. Sure. Okay,
So
so who's rolling? Sounds like Agent Frog. She's the one doing the... Okay.
got it. I'm just going to hold him down.
Sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yo, it's a 2.
No fucking way!
It's a 2! Yeah!
Getting that thing out of there.
You take his shirt off, you cut off the sleeve, and you're you're dressing the wound, you're getting rid of the excessive amount of blood. You realize two things. One is that the bullet is not in the shoulder. It shot out cleanly. Secondly, you notice that it's mostly a upper dermis wound. It was bleeding heavily, and it could probably lead to infection and whatnot. But the job is relatively simple. You disinfect the hell out of it. You put a bunch of gauze and band-aids, and you basically build a tourniquet. To make this work, you have to build a makeshift sling for Agent Fluke. And Agent Fluke, I will say that you can heal, but until you are at full strength, you're going to have very limited mobility with that arm. So go ahead, Agent Frog, and roll a d4.
2.
Okay. You heal 2 points. I think you still have a bruised testicle, so you probably aren't at full health. But you are feeling better, and I will say that when you are full health, you will be able to use that left arm more than you can right now. But this is going to take about an hour or so of doing this, patching this up. It's a little bit after midnight by the time you're all patched up.
So while she's yanking the bullet out of me, I'm assuming I'm not in a speaking position.
No, I'll say that you're relatively lucid. I mean, it sucks, but you can still talk.
Okay. Well, while these two, while it's just us agents in the room, I'm just going to look at the two young whippersnappers present in this bathroom with me and think about how bad that would probably look to anybody else. But then I'm going to say to the both of them, listen, we're probably in for some kind of a... Listen, I don't know how much of that old lady we should believe, but I think there's a possibility that we're going to be biting off a little bit more than we can chew. And, listen, I know something that I need to show you guys, like, right now.
What?
Okay.
It's, well, I don't really know how to describe it, but it's something that's going to keep you safe now and hopefully in the future as well. And I'll just kind of like now that my shirt is kind of like off, which again doesn't look great, the current situation.
Yeah.
But there's kind of like this dog tag looking thing hanging from my neck, and on it, I mean, there's no like name or anything engraved on it. It's just almost like with a metal rod or something. There's like a symbol that's carved into this flat dog tag looking thing that looks like that. And I'll tell them, I don't pretend to understand how it works, but if you keep this on you, or if you remember it, something comes up, something not natural. If you draw this with either in the air or with something that you keep on you, it'll keep, whatever it is away from you, to a point.
So Frog and Frost, Fluke pulls out this dog tag that he has and he shows it to you, and you look closely, and it's like a star-like symbol. There is this oval shape in the center of it, and there's this kind of depiction of a flame in the center of that oval. And it's been kind of meticulously etched into this piece of metal. And as Agent Fluke goes on to describe it, he makes it clear that to understand, to use this symbol, you have to memorize how to use it. He says it won't take long, maybe a few hours, but he seems insistent on you taking the time to learn this.
And now listen, it's not free. It'll cost you something, but in my experience, it's been worth it.
So many questions. Okay.
How about you tell us the cost first? Like, I trust out of everyone here, I this group is better than dipshits over there, but what's the cost, bruh?
Quite frankly, the cost is up here in your mind. But
okay.
Small price to pay for staying alive.
So, if we take this magic necklace you have a better chance of protecting ourselves.
Well, you're not taking this necklace. You're going to memorize this symbol.
Right.
And then you can either carve it into something of your own, or you can just draw it in the air, sort of, if you understand what I mean.
Gotcha. Okay, but we're not, like, selling our souls or anything. Like, I just need to be aware.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Ooh, okay. Well, I'm still tripped up on we have more protection, but we lose the sense that we would use to protect ourselves. It kind of seems like there's a gap here.
Well, nothing's free, so best just be getting used to that.
Okay.
I'll nod along and I will agree.
At the end of the day, you gotta stay alive.
Damn.
As you guys are discussing, there's a knock on the bathroom door, and you hear that it's Luther Q on the other side. Alicia, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, I'll be right back. If you want to accept the magic necklace dance, do that. I'll be back. And she's gonna go step out.
You poke your head outside the door, and Luther's standing there. He's got his bag with him, and he says, I'm actually gonna go. If you want to lock up after me, I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'll see you on Sunday, so it's fine.
Okay, yeah, all right. And I shouldn't remember what happened tonight, right?
Oh, it would be best if you didn't.
Already forgotten. And he just kind of starts walking backwards out the back door.
Fantastic.
So you are now in this arcade by yourself. You've left. You've closed out this place a number of times. So you know how to close it up. Agent Frost, are you going to take the time to learn from Agent Fluke the Elder Sign?
Yes. I did also bring in my duffel bag, and I know we're in a bathroom. Can I just quickly change and then learn? Or am I stuck in this dress?
Nope, you can change, no
I
problem.
want to do that.
What happens is you take out a piece of paper or you take out something to kind of start sketching this symbol. And you draw it once, just kind of by eye, and you finish and you're like, okay, I think I've got it. I mean, it basically looks like it. And you show it to Fluke, and Fluke begins pointing out the many, many reasons why yours is not exactly like his. He points out, you know, the stress of the stroke starts here and ends here light. You know, these lines connect while the other lines don't connect. And it takes a few hours. I will say that it takes till about 3 in the morning.
Damn.
But you, over and over and over, draw it. You notice that Agent Fluke is very meticulous about if he's drawing it, he doesn't complete it. He kind of does it in sections. He doesn't ever complete it in one drawing. And you do it so often over these next couple of hours that you basically memorize it, and you do feel that if you wanted to draw it in the air, you probably could. Like, you can see it in your mind's eye. If you were to put it on something, is there something you currently have that you would attempt to engrave it on?
Ironically, very similar. I have my own pair of dog tags that I take off.
So you have a little toolkit or something that you can create these grooves?
I have like a combat knife. I have that in. I can actually take that and just go ahead and do it over one of the tags.
You start doing it, and you follow what you have learned meticulously. You've repeated this symbol kind of several times in a row, and it's just a matter of kind of etching it down. As you do it and as you bring it to completion, there's this overwhelming sense that completed something of importance. There's almost like the pressure in the room almost seems to change as you put the finishing touches on this symbol. It's hard to put into words, but a part of you feels like something is different, and you are going to lose 2 permanent power, which means not willpower, but power, meaning the stat.
Oh, okay.
2 permanent power, and I need you to roll a d6.
God damn. All right, hold on. Okay, this is shit. It's either gonna be good or bad. What's a 1?
A 1 that's how much sanity you lose.
Okay. Could have been 1.
So you lose 1 sanity from doing this because you know something just happened. You've never drawn something and it feels like the world is different. This is weird. But you're also exhausted from doing it. You've never done a doodle and suddenly just want to go to sleep. But you now have your own pair of dog tags. I'm going to ask both Agent Fluke and Agent Frog also to make sanity checks, as it wouldn't really be magic if you guys also didn't tell that there was something different.
Okay.
Fail.
Yeah, fail with an 88.
Okay. I'll say that you lose 1 sanity. Agents of F-Cell, it's now 3 in the morning. Just when you thought the day couldn't get any weirder, it ended getting even weirder. How are you going to rest for the evening?
We never really set up accommodations within the city. I think we crash here? In this arcade?
That's a really good question. I don't think... Okay. Sure. I think we're pushing it, but sure. We can take like a few hours. I think that's fine. Like 4 hours, and then we have to leave. We have to leave. Cool.
4 hours. I've operated on less plenty of times.
You have a home, Agent Frog.
I do, but Hey. Oh God, that's true. I do have a home, and I am. Okay. You know what? Fine. Yeah, I have a place where you guys can stay.
You sure?
No, but I feel like Luther's done enough for us, so we will go to my home. Let's go.
Oh.
Okay.
It's great if you're quiet. Let's go.
Agent Frog, you head home with the agents. Pull up, you go inside. Before bed, you get a page from the undercover agent Hector Nunez. He is asking to speak to you as soon as possible.
Great, then I will call him. I will go outside and call him.
He speaks to you in hushed tones, as if he's kind of walking away from a party or something. But Hector informs you that tomorrow night, around 10 p.m., the Pony Down crew are planning a business transaction of some kind at Hightower Records. He's going to be there, but he suggests that that your team put something together because he thinks there might be the person that is selling Reverb might show up.
Okay, thank you. All right, good. That's perfect. Are you okay, though?
Yeah. I'm all good, girl. I'll see you later. Okay, I gotta go.
Okay.
And he kind of just hangs up as if he's been called or something.
Okay, cool. Okay, then go inside. Go to sleep.
Did I not make it to Pony Down?
Yes, you do make it to Pony Down. Okay. So you make it to the neighborhood. You find a house party that is happening. And sure enough, you find the three brothers, the Buttress brothers, who are hanging around, drinking, smoking. They're pretty fucked up.
Before I go in, I kind of like put myself back together, kind of put on that normal smile, like everything's okay. Then I walk in and approach them.
Music's pumping. Everybody's pretty faded at this point. But sure enough, yeah, they recognize you. They say, what's up? Glad you could make it.
Yeah. I was just passing through. Didn't want to take your time, but I wanted to talk to you guys for just a brief second, if I could get your time.
Yeah, what's up, girl? What you need?
It's not nothing that I necessarily need. It's just something that I just wanted to pass along, something that's come up on the radar.
Okay, what's that?
I found out that there's a couple of unknown people kind of lurking about the city.
What do you mean unknown people? Like feds?
They look like suits. They look like, I don't know, but they're poking around, causing trouble.
What do they look like?
One's been dressing like a fucking hooker. It's just got like brown, like hair, like high hair. One's an older guy. One's one of the DE agents that lurk around the city.
Do you give Pony Down enough information to successfully recognize these folks if they were to see them on the street? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, the three brothers are kind of looking at each other and they're like, so what do you think, girl? You think we should have this meeting? This is pretty important. We need to have this meeting tomorrow.
Have your meeting, but I don't know what they're looking for per se, but they're lurking about, and I don't know if it's good or not. But you know, especially around this time of year, you know, better to be safe.
So you know about these guys, but you don't know what they're doing.
No, I've just been hearing around the streets, people seeing someone from out of town, someone they don't know. And I briefly saw them at the Studio Underground. I was partying there tonight. That's where I was at just prior.
You know a few things that you're not being honest about, and I'm gonna ask that you make a persuade check.
Nah, I fail.
They listen to you. They say, okay. I don't know. I think you're downplaying this a little bit. This is not good news. You know, we got an important thing tomorrow, but we appreciate you coming by. We'll come packing extra. We'll make sure we're ready for anything.
All right.
Thanks for letting us know what they look like too. Maybe I'll send some boys out tomorrow. Take a look for them.
All right. Whatever you got to do, just passing along the word. You know me.
Do you stay much later into the party?
No, I'll excuse myself.
Oliver and Rose, is there anything you'd like to do before the end of the night?
Yeah, I have a couple things I need to do at home. If Ollie's coming with me.
Yep.
I'll drive us home and like go upstairs, get some ice to put on his face. You think you can help me take my hair down? My ribs are pretty shitty.
Yeah, I got you. So there's a lot we haven't talked about, huh?
Yeah.
Are we gonna do that?
Are you in a headspace where you want to do that?
I'm not in any sort of fucking headspace. I'm gonna die tomorrow, so it doesn't really make a lot of sense to...
You're not gonna die tomorrow.
Yeah, but this is what happened a couple years back, right? I mean, you're a pretty unflappable person. I don't know that I could ever see you squint too much, but that night I woke up and I saw you and you said it was your sister and you seemed so broken up. It was probably this, right?
Yeah, God, I've stared down cops at like rallies and riots and protests and 12 hours with these assholes, and I'm a scared, stupid mess.
Yeah. I've already seen this guy kill somebody. It was a while ago in 81, but
Ollie,
seeing him again is...
peace of
It's,
mind.
it's wild.
I'm realizing I told you to shut up a lot today.
That's fine. That's
No,
fine.
that was-
We're all
It's not fine. That was
bundling
shitty.
nerves.
I'm sorry. That was shitty. I'm really sorry.
Listen, let's just do good tomorrow. Let's find out what's going on. Let's find out what's happening to the city, and let's try and stop it.
Yeah, it's really all we can hope for. If they're the only ones that can facilitate it, I guess we dance with devils until they go back to hell.
It sounds like some southern bullshit to me, but I'll take it right now.
Look, it's all I got right now.
Hey, tomorrow's Sunday, so we gotta read the paper in the morning.
I would not like to do anything else. I'm sorry I left you in the stupid diner with them.
That was fine. It was pretty badass. I'm just glad they didn't kill me.
God, me too. I didn't think, Oliver, and I always think, and
You don't owe me anything. You don't have to explain yourself. You never have, so
Ollie,
I want it to start now.
what do you mean by that? What does that even mean?
It means that you and I are about to walk headlong into something that we never have before, and we're gonna do our best to try and come out the other side, and I don't want you to feel like you have to do anything that might go against that idea. You have to pull the trigger, you pull the trigger. I don't know what on what, and...
You're not saying you're... No. We're in this
I'm
together.
not saying anything, Rose. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying that there's more decisions coming in front of us, and a lot of them are gonna make jumping out of a window look like fucking child's play. But do what you gotta do, and I will too. And we'll come out of this stronger. And I go run a shower.
While he's in the shower, I'm going to make sure that he's, like, wait for a couple minutes and make sure he's, like, actually in the shower. And I'm going to go to the cabinet under the record player, and I'm gonna pull out the false back and take my... Hold on just a second. I'm gonna take my Derringer out, and I'm gonna load it. I'm gonna put the rest of the ammo in the opposite packet, or the opposite pocket from my tee. I'm gonna stick it all in there, and I'm gonna zip it up. Put my backpack by the door, and I'm gonna rip a page, just like a blank page out of my journal, and think about a couple things. But I assume he's getting out of the shower pretty soon, and I don't wanna. I'll wait to do anything else with that for a minute. Wait, I'm sorry, I forgot one more thing I wanted to do. I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
Once Ollie goes to sleep, I'm also gonna wait for a while until he's asleep, and I'm gonna get out of bed really slowly so I don't wake him up. And I'm gonna go back to my paper, and I'm gonna look at it for a really long time and start writing something and cross it out, and start writing something else, cross it out. And then I'll really painstakingly write down 5 sentences, fold it, hide it in the book Ollie gave me for my birthday a couple weeks ago, and then go back to bed.
The evening comes to a close for everyone. I will say that the friendlies, except for maybe Echo, but the friendlies basically get up a little bit earlier than the agents. But basically everyone gets up between 7 and 8 a.m. In the morning, let's start with the agents. Fluke, Frog, and Frost. You wake up, and what do you want to do with your day?
Okay, so I'm assuming that Frog fills us in on this call that she had.
From Hector.
Yes. Yeah, she's gonna talk about there's a meeting tomorrow night we should probably be a part of, at least in some way, at the at Hightower Records tomorrow night.
Now, when you say a meeting, do you mean a exchange or a deal?
Yeah.
Is there going to be Reverb there? Are there going to be people selling Reverb there?
There will more than likely be the person, at least one of the people that distribute Reverb, in attendance.
Then we need to set up a sting.
We cannot involve these friendlies, because let's be for real. Does anyone else see how suspect this is? In the place that other chick's building? We're not a part of it? How do we not know that they're not, like, causing all this shit to begin with?
Well, we don't necessarily have to loop them in on what our plans are.
I'll loop them in with a fucking car.
I mean, at the same time, well, okay, you do look like a cop. I'm known as a cop. And you have your own personal sort of persona in the town. So all of us have identities now. We kind of need them.
First of all, they've seen the
Or-
hair and the dress, but no one really pays attention. They just see some dumb bimbo.
We
Put a
don't need to
fucking
rely
hat
on
on and
us as
glasses, no one
individuals.
knows.
We could have 2 vans full of agents ready to storm in there as soon as anything hinky starts happening.
Besides, if you want, I could do, look, I can do what I do best. I'll do a perimeter check. I'll definitely scope out other buildings, and if need be, I'll be eyes in the sky across the street with my scope.
You know how to shoot a higher caliber?
Damn fucking right I do.
All right. I just feel like we should focus on collecting evidence, and just sort of de-escalating at this point.
How would we de-escalate the situation? There's something sweeping the streets and we need to get it off of the streets
No,
as soon as possible.
I understand, but it's crazy to suggest that the one person that has access to all of the reverb will be there. If we get them, who's to say that they don't have other people that are going to make way faster moves than we could even keep track of once we're done cleaning up whatever happens tomorrow night?
I'm just talking surveillance. I didn't say storm the castle right away.
So we bug the place and have the cavalry in reserve in case we need to sweep people up.
That's one way to say it. I don't think we'll need to sweep anything, but yes, yeah. We just...
How can we... Is there any way we can tap the place?
Oh, well... I don't think Echo would let us do that.
How about your boy?
No, she won't.
How about your
That's
boy, though?
what I'm-
Your boy, your undercover guy that gave you the tip. How about he wears something for us?
Oh, I mean...
Agent Frog, you do know that Hector would be up for that. He would almost have to be expecting that.
Yeah.
Because he will, in fact, be at that meeting tonight.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. Put a wire on him.
Great. Then we don't have to... Yeah, I think that's a lot cleaner.
That said, I think we should be ready to raid the place if it becomes necessary.
I will compromise. We will...
I'm not saying it's option A, but if shit hits the fan...
Yeah, no, just in case.
We'll call it option F for when things get fucked, then we will go and execute that plan. How was that?
That's incredibly cute.
There you
I
go.
agree with that.
Okay.
The question is, we have a few options here. Are we gonna have FBI or some of your guys? We can go either way.
I think the DEA...
Who's in the van? That's what I was thinking.
The DEA would probably really... Frog is thinking of her own career at this moment. I think it would be better if the DEA were there.
I'm old. I don't give a shit about my career.
Likewise, don't care.
Bring the DEA in.
Great. Cool. Then, I don't know how that would even happen, but,
Are you asking how would you go about kind of getting a team of extra people to come and help you with a sting operation of some kind?
yeah, just a small
Okay.
amount of people.
Well, you know that the first step is to speak to somebody at headquarters, the police headquarters. You could try to requisition something like that. You do know that you are less than 3 days away from Devil's Night, and typically both the police force and the firefighters are at a maximum capacity in terms of the things they're able to do, as every single officer and even some reserves that are brought from out of Detroit are brought in to deal with the arson and kind of the random acts of violence. You do know up front that this is a tall order, a drug bust in the middle of a situation where they need eyes on the streets.
I can't imagine the DEA is going to be in that high demand. I mean, we don't want local cops here. We want agents. We want feds.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, now I'm starting to have second thoughts, but okay.
2 vans, that's it.
Here's the thing, and I understand I'm getting really soft here, but if we sting Hightower Records, I just think Echo doesn't really have another job, right? And
No?
she's a snitch. And if we sting this place, isn't that kind of just gonna fuck her shit up?
Didn't she already fuck her shit up by not getting us involved?
I don't understand why I would care about that.
That's what I rely, well, not me personally, sometimes. I occasionally rely on her ability to be a fantastic snitch. And if we sting where most of the snitchery occurs, that'll cut off a lot of what I need once you guys leave.
If we cut off the whole operation, what the fuck do you need the stitch for?
Other things! There are more than one drug!
Okay, I understand that, but this drug outweighs the others.
Right, but once we take down Reverb, crack will not disappear.
Crack isn't supernatural.
Well, okay.
Crack doesn't summon demons from some otherworldly abyss to come and pull people off of the streets.
Oh, not literally, but...
We're not sure of that.
Okay.
We were called in to handle Reverb. Is that correct? Or did I get the mission objective incorrectly? Did I get that wrong?
I don't give a shit about cocaine. You can deal with that once we're gone. Frankly, there's higher priorities right now.
Dude, I got pulled from my fucking home to be here, not to dealing with some other... I understand this is your town. That's why I'm trying to be respectful. But this shit, especially with whatever weird crap I went in that club last night, that's why we're here.
Crack is for the most part a victimless crime. Not so here.
You are saying crazy sentences right now. All right, this is crazy. I'm already missing church. How about this? We're at the meeting tonight. Nunez is bugged. We're there as best as we can possibly be, and we have people on standby aware of the meeting, but not physically there to sort of fuck shit up in case things go wrong.
No, they need to be in striking distance. I mean, can you imagine the three of us trying to take out an entire gang at once? What if things do go wrong? We can't take on all of that on our own.
Sergio, quick question.
Yes.
I would be aware of any green boxes in the area, correct?
You would know of a green box, yes.
Is there one nearby?
Yes, you know that there is one at a place called Classic Storage.
Okay.
Ha ha ha.
I'm gonna make a suggestion, especially since I see this guy's healed up a little bit. Be like, personally, I would like to go to a green box because I know I need a little bit more supplies, and hopefully they have stuff for me.
Oh, I want a way bigger gun. I don't know about you, but if we're gonna take on a whole gang, I don't want to be going in there with just this fucking...
I'm sure we can find you something.
I have to make a stop, so if you two want to go on and do that.
Would you like anything at the green box, or would you like me to drop off anything at the green box? Frog.
There's nothing particularly that I could think of. I think you guys got it.
Where do we meet? And when?
That's a good question. Let's meet... We can meet at the precinct.
So you guys split up for the morning. Let's go to our friendlies. Oliver and Rose, you wake up. And how are you starting your day?
Well, probably the usual Sunday. Coffee and tea and crossword puzzle.
Yeah, and reading the morning paper.
Yeah, trying really, really hard to stay normal, but not feeling like it at all.
In the newspaper, there is a recap of Mayor Coleman Young's press briefing, where he goes into detail about the things that the city is doing to combat Devil's Night. Preparation, there will be patrols both with the police force and with citizens, and they dubbed this group Angel's Night, kind of a coalition of citizens in Detroit who are going to try to keep an eye out and call the police if they see any funny business.
Well, I have the information of the family of the kid I used to tutor.
Okay.
And he went missing, 2 weeks ago? Yeah, about 2 weeks ago. So we can go talk to them. And then I would like to check in with Frog, since she's the least terrifying of the bunch.
Yeah.
The one I guess if I have to trust one of them, I'll trust her.
You guys begin your day. Echo, you wake up. You remember that tonight there is something important, but you've got the full day ahead of you. How are you going to start your day?
I think I do want to go check in on Luca's girlfriend, Cece, and just kind of get a read on that. And then I also wanted to see if I could find Hi Sally and a street kid.
The only person I don't know what they're up to, Agent Frog, what was your plan for the first part of the morning?
Yeah, I was actually going to page Rose, if possible, and ask to meet up sometime today.
Sure. We'll say that gets through, you talk to each other, and you guys decide a time. Would you like to meet before or after you meet with your other agents?
Before, at my place.
Let's start with Rose and Oliver. You guys head to the east side of town where you know Ishmael. He seems to have lived in an apartment. You pull up to an apartment complex, and you recognize from being friends with him and his family, you recognize his mother, and you recognize his brother. And they seem to be in the middle of moving a couch. They're kind of putting it into a truck, but they haven't noticed you yet.
I'll just kind of try and catch their attention and not surprise them too much.
Yeah, you walk up and you say your hello politely, and they recognize you. They just finished kind of putting the couch up, and the mother notices you and says, "Oh, Miss Bernice, right?"
Yes, Miss Alvarado.
Oh, it's very nice to meet you. Hey, or excuse me, it's nice to see you again.
You can call me Rose. That's.
Oh, Rose. Yes, yeah. How are you? How can I help you?
Well, I heard that Ishmael's been missing for a few weeks.
Yeah, he's been missing. We're actually in the process of clearing out his apartment. We're hoping he shows up, but we can't afford to pay his rent, so
No.
we gotta just clear it out.
Have you? What was the last time you heard from him?
It's been a few weeks. He talks to his brother pretty regularly, but he didn't call, and we asked around to his friends, and just nobody knew where he was. We've talked to the police, and they've told us we're looking into it, but I don't know. I haven't gotten any calls for a little while.
He told me a few times that there were opportunities for other forms of income for him, and he never really went past that. But do you know anything about that? I know he said he was falling on hard times, and he was trying to stay the straight and narrow, but did you know about anyone he was in contact with?
Ishmael, he tried his best, but he was running with the wrong people. I don't know. Maybe he felt like he needed to. Maybe he felt like he needed to make more money. If you want to walk with me, there's still some stuff in the home.
Sure, yeah. Oh,
and she's kind of walking with you.
This is Mr. Lake, by the way, Oliver. This is.
Yeah, it's great to meet both of you. I figured I could be some muscle while maybe you two talk. I can help with some furniture. I'm too dumb to talk, so I can do the rest, right?
Ishmael's brother just says, "Oh, yeah, that'd be great. I mean, she could barely lift the couch, so I'd appreciate it, sure."
Hey, I know how it goes. My mother used to sit there and act like she was taking the whole load with her, but she'd stand there and hold the corner. It's bullshit, right? Let's go get the job done, huh?
The four of you make your way back into the apartment, and you're talking with his mother. And yeah, you get the impression that Ishmael was trying to go to school. He was trying to do his best, but he seemed to feel pressure to make income in other ways. She actually says, we haven't actually cleared his bedroom if you wanted to take a look. I don't know.
Would that be all right? I know he had a couple library books I could take back. I know that's not much, but I can.
Sure,
please.
Have a look. I'm just gonna help the guys, keep moving stuff out.
Yes, ma'am. Well, I'm sorry. I'll do what I can to help. I don't know how much that is, but.
Are you working with the police? Does this mean they're looking for him?
I just work consultation researcher, so that they need some history research done sometimes, and I heard about him just kind of in passing, and I wanted to see what I could do.
Oh, God bless you. It's nice to know somebody's trying to do something. She signals in the direction of his bedroom.
Thank you. I'll go in there and I'll just start looking for anything.
You walk inside, and there's a bed, there's a side table, there's a little desk, and the first thing that strikes you is on his desk there is a journal. It's closed, but it's like a black leather-bound journal, and it doesn't look like they have come in here and moved it or touched it or noticed it yet.
I am going to take it and put it in my backpack.
Okay.
Oh, it feels really bad, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Are you doing anything else while you're in this room?
I'm just gonna, like, look through his drawers and, for his backpack and stuff like that. Just try and find anything school-related that I can take with me to make it look like I was doing, like, school stuff, but also looking for anything that might lead us in a direction.
Look on the desk, there's not really anything, and you notice that over by his bed, in kind of the corner, you see his JanSport backpack and you see a textbook. And you walk over, and you notice something odd. It kind of starts by the bed, and it moves in towards the corner. But there's these markings. There's markings on the wall, and you realize there's markings in the bedding. Like, you go to inspect it and you realize that the bedding has been sliced like hundreds of times in this weird kind of spiral pattern that leads to the corner. And when you get close to the corner of the room, you see that the wall has literal inch deep and maybe 2-inch long incisions, like real clean incisions. And it's almost like if you were to stand back on the opposite end of the room and look into that corner, there is this kind of spiral pattern of tiny cuts. And when you walk up to the textbook itself is covered in these dozens and dozens of incisions. And the book is almost like an accordion, like it could fall apart if you like bent it hard enough. Because there's all of these cuts all over it. And it's very peculiar.
Are the cuts all over the sheets, or are they just like kind of in a corner?
Kind of in the side of the bed that is facing that corner of the room.
I'm gonna take out my journal and I'm gonna do like a really rudimentary sketch of all of the markings. It's not gonna not exact obviously, but just enough to get the idea. And the same for the bed. And then I'm gonna pull out my switchblade and cut the bit of the sheet that has all the incisions on it and take that with me.
Very good. You do that, and sure enough, as you are drawing it, you can tell that there's some kind of like spiraling pattern in this corner, and it leads to the very corner of the room.
Can I push on the wall or like look under the bed or just anything to see if there's if it's like
absolutely
a lead?
You toss the room otherwise, and what's weird is that up until a certain point, like midway to the bed into that corner, there's all these like shredding marks, but outside of that, there's not a single scratch, there's not a single drop of blood, nothing. It's just as if some weird machine created this weird pattern in the corner of this room with machine-like precision. But they're so small that you'd have to like actively be in that corner looking to really notice.
So like thin kind of, like not wide blade.
They're like scalpel thin, okay, but they're like 2 or 3 inches long. Mm-hmm. And they go about an inch deep, like if you stick your finger into the bedding.
Cool. I'll take the journal, the textbook, and the little bit of bedding that I cut out a corner of.
You eventually all meet up outside, planning to start getting back to taking stuff out. The mother of Ishmael comes to you, Rose, and says, do you think there's anything that's going to be done? Do you think that we can find him? I still haven't given up hope. He's got to be around here.
No, I'm sure he's somewhere. He might just be indisposed or caught up in some kind of illicit dealings. I'm not. I think that he can be found. Maybe I'll do what I can. I'll talk to who I can. I've got a couple contacts within the police department. And Rose is not good with people, and she is floundering and kind of trying to comfort without lying.
She takes your hands in her hands. She's just it's just nice to know that somebody's doing something in the city. Thank you for anything you can do to help me find my son.
He's a good kid. He's a smart kid. Sometimes things happen, and we do what we think is right in the moment, and then it turns out horrible. So that may just be what happened, and he's trying to figure out how to deal with it.
I hope you're right. Mrs. Alvarado.
Rose.
Can I ask the brother, we're kind of leaning in as we're picking up that armoire and about to put it back into the truck, and I'll turn to him and go, when I was younger, I had this foster brother, and he knew every shitty friend I ever had. Could not remember a single good one, but anytime I was hanging out with somebody shitty, he could tell you exactly the name, the build, the look, all of it. Your brother ever have friends like that?
Yeah, honestly, he runs with people I tell him not to.
Yeah? Look, I'm writing a paper right now, for the paper, really. I'm hoping to include people like your brother, people who got swept up by whatever crazy monster Detroit has decided to be this year. And I want to help your brother. Is there any names you could give me? Is there anybody that maybe you're a little afraid to say in front of your mother? Someone you don't want her to know that he knew?
He ran with a lot of weird guys, man. Just like, there's folks like Bad Luke. He's a guy that I know pushes around here. I've seen him hanging out with my brother, Bad Luke.
Do you know where Bad Luke hangs out? He got a diner or a corner he sits on.
Yeah. There's a corner. There's actually a coffee shop he kind of likes to hang out at. And he gives you the name of this coffee shop. It's not too far from here. He has a lot of friends in the Arrow Flints, and he ran with other groups too. But I don't know. I kind of avoided those guys, so I don't really have names. Bad Luke's kind of infamous, and he was definitely a dude that when I saw him hanging out with him, I told him he shouldn't.
Yeah, typically anybody with bad in the name is pretty fucking terrible, right?
They're crazy, man. They're drug users and they're violent.
Listen, I'm gonna look into this, and even more so, I'm gonna make sure that everybody in Detroit knows that your brother was a good person and didn't deserve the stuff that's happened to him in the last 2 weeks. I'm gonna try and find him.
Hey, man, just don't talk about him like he's not here. You know what I mean? There's still a chance, right?
Yeah, no. I'm really just unknown entities. I don't want to name yet. I'm sorry if I sound callous or anything like that. It's just
no, it's all good.
You know how this city can do you. Do you think you could give me, if I give you my beeper number, do you think you could give me a call if you see anything coming down the pike or you remember anything?
Yeah, sure, man. And you exchange information.
All right. I'm gonna go see Bad Luke. Do you know, is there anything I should say when I get there? Is there anything he likes? Make him like me? I know I look like, white dad showing up to buy drugs.
His eyes go wide and he says, man, Bad Luke, I don't think he's going to want to say anything to you.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if you want to buy something from him, if you come off like you're trying to buy something, but even then, man, he got named Bad Luke for a reason.
Yeah. Well,
if he doesn't know you, I don't know if he's going to want you anywhere near him.
Hey, maybe the name's enough then. That works. Thank you, man.
Yeah, for sure. Take care of yourself.
You too.
The two of you leave. It's about 10 a.m. Echo, you said you had a couple things you want to do. What's the first thing?
I wanted to go see Luca's girlfriend.
You go visit Cece, Luca's girlfriend. They are living together, and Cece opens the door, and she looks like she's a wreck. She looks like she has not been sleeping much, and she's kind of nursing a tissue. She sees you, and she says, "Oh my God, Robin! Oh my God! Oh, I'm so glad you're here."
Hey! Are you okay?
She lets you in.
What's up?
No, I'm not okay. I just, nothing's been happening. You know what I mean? Luca's been missing, and I've been trying to tell everybody, I think something bad happened to him.
Well, I'm looking into it. I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to put some pieces together. I don't know exactly. Where he would just up and go.
I tried to tell the cops, but I don't know. They didn't care. They just wanted his info. Look. I found this in a drawer of his, and she hands you a note. I'm going to share the note with you now, if you wouldn't mind reading what the note says.
The note says it's 4 dash points. It says Michigan Central Train Depot, 3rd track from Newark Street. Look for the eye. Bring a screwdriver.
She goes on and says, "What does this mean? I don't know why he would write this. I don't know what this means."
Nah, I guess something at the train depot. I don't know. Was he acting weird before he just upped and gone? Like I don't get it. He wouldn't leave you, you know?
I know. He I don't know. He wasn't talking to me. He was like, I don't know. He was hanging out with new people, and he wouldn't tell me who they were. And I was getting worried because he was staying out later and later. I don't know. The last day that I saw him, he was just. It was like he was in a trance or something. He was really acting weird.
And he said nothing about these new people. Not even like a small description where he was going. Nothing. He
said it was business. You know, like you know that if I pry, he gets angry at me. So I don't pry too much. But he was saying that this was a new crew that he was rolling with that were like helping him out. That said they were going to start throwing him more money and stuff. That they were doing more for him than the other gangs were.
All right. Well, just stay here. You know, I'll look for him. I'll try to figure it out. I'll try to ask around about this new gang. Try to see something. But it's safer that you just stay put.
Thank you for checking in.
Of course.
I mean,
your family. You know, we look out for each other, right?
She seems to be feeling a little bit better now after talking to you and having somebody listen to her.
All right. Maybe I'll come by tomorrow.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah.
All right. Well, you take care of yourself, yeah?
Yeah, I'll see you later.
Okay. I know. Head out.
Where are you heading to?
I do want to see if I can find a street kid. And then I might want to go to this train depot.
I think that's easy enough to do, since it is day. You find, are you looking for somebody connected in a certain way?
I'm just looking for like a kid, like, you know how like they relay messages around town? I'm just looking for somebody who's going to pass the word about
Absolutely.
for me.
You come across a young kid, and his name is Greg Mathis, just a young guy, he actually happens to be running with the Arrow Flynns, but he's somebody that gets around, and what do you want to ask him?
I'll dab him up first, and I'll first ask him how he's doing, and then I'll pull out a bill, and I said, I need something passed around the block. Are you my bird?
Oh, I'm all ears. What's up? What you need?
I got some unknown faces lurking about. Suits just kind of moseying about, causing some trouble. Let everybody know that they're kind of unfriendly. They're asking too many questions, the wrong kind of questions.
Shit. Okay, yeah, I'll let some people know. I mean, everybody knows the cops are out en masse right now. But
yeah, they're not cops, so they're running their own kind of situation. So it's even more out of place. You know what I'm saying?
And I assume you give Greg the details of what these people look like.
And then I'll pull out another bill, and I'll say, you didn't get this from me. Your grandma, your aunt, you saw something in a window. I don't give a fuck how you spin it, but it didn't come from my mouth.
I'm flying away.
One last thing. Any new people pushing the block? People not the usual regulars? A new crew, maybe?
To be honest with you, yeah, I think I've seen a couple of guys that look out of place, yeah.
What do they look like?
I don't know. I mean, I saw this, I don't know if he was Chinese or Japanese. And one of the other boys said that on the other side of town, they saw some Finnish guy, some like Scandinavian dude, working the block where, you know the street that downtown Philly had, he ran that neighborhood. Now there's like this weird looking, white guy running around there.
Huh. You know what he's pushing?
From what I hear, it's Reverb.
Oh, it's Reverb. Aren't the Flynns pushing Verb?
Yeah, that's what I hear, yeah.
How's that situation? Is it good? I hear people going missing at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, you'd expect a little bit of fighting, but from what I hear, our two boys, the heads of the Arrow Flynns, DL Moneystone and Dancing Dan Earl Smith, the leaders of the Arrow Flynns, they skipped town yesterday, man. They're out of town for a couple days.
Oh, shit.
I guess they want no part of whatever the hell's going on.
You just left the rest of the boys behind? Skipped?
I mean, enough people are disappearing, I would too.
Oh, shit.
When your boys are disappearing, what else are you gonna do?
It's good to know. I'll pull out another bill. If you see another one of those strangers lurking about, the Chinese guy, the Scandinavian boy, you see him, can you give me a holler? Give me a page? A little whisper?
Yeah, anything you want, Echo. Damn, this is my lucky day.
Yeah, ain't it? All right.
Yeah, sure, I'll be around.
All right. Good to see you. Take care of yourself. Devils be out, you know?
Oh, I know. I'm one of them.
I'll wave him off, and then I'll go find a screwdriver and then head to that train depot.
So, Agent Frog, you've paged Rose. You have gotten into contact, and after they have visited the Muhammad residence, they head to your apartment. You knock on the apartment door that you were given, Rose. Mm-hmm. You're with Oliver, and Agent Frog answers. It's now about 11 a.m.
Great.
Hi.
Morning.
Good morning. Come in first, I guess. I have some things to talk about, but might as well do it inside. I have like a tea, not a tea set, but I have tea and cookies like out on the coffee table. Yeah, no, have a seat.
Oh, thank you. Your home is lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's real nice. It's homey.
Is this standard to bring other agents to your home? I guess we're not technically agents, but still.
I don't know. I kind of like agents. Let's keep agents.
Well, you're not agents, but I don't think any of this is standard. I think we just need to have a meeting. I'm actually glad you brought Oliver too.
Yeah, I needed his help with another lead I was following, and I figured 2 ears were better than one.
Mostly, I wanted to talk to you and make it very clear that the point of this mission is not to sort of just
kill us.
Yeah, I know it looks that way because it has been that way for a while, but that's not the idea. I don't want you to relax because I can't promise that it won't feel like that again, but just know that we're not all I will try my best to keep both of you safe.
That's actually very comforting, thank you.
Yes, it's nice. I don't know if I can believe it fully, but
it's understandable. You can only do so much good when, the only tools they give you are guns. But
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I wanted to talk to you about, we followed a lead the other day in Chinatown, and I know at least you guys are sort of different brands of geek, but Rose might be more suited to this. And I go over the stuff the guy told us about in the shop specifically. I wrote it down so it wouldn't be hard.
I have some of it written down too.
Okay, cool. The like Preda thing, the anything about the Black Lotus, and the visualizing a circular room, importance of no angles, no.
There was also a name of a god named Shukara that
Yes,
you probably would
Shukara.
have informed them about.
Shukara.
You said something about no corners, a circular room, right?
Yeah, he said to protect yourself against this Preda, you would visualize a room with no corners, and that would sort of help whatever it was gonna do to you.
So like like one of those hippie sound bath places?
Yeah, a weird bubble room, I guess.
We don't have to be in one? We just gotta think of it?
Think of it.
Well,
Okay.
I don't know how much this helps, but we went to talk to the family of a student. He wasn't really a student of mine. He was a kid I tutored from the school. It doesn't matter. It's semantics. I found this in his room. I'll pull out the part of that sheet and the textbook and my kind of crude drawing of his room, and I'll show her the spiral kind of.
You also have his journal.
Oh right, I haven't even fucking looked at that shit. I'll just pull those out for now and I'll mention the journal and say I haven't looked at it yet, but there may be something in here, and I'll take some of this information and go to the library.
Agent Frog, do you have any like forensic skills or anything?
I do.
Go ahead and roll me a forensics.
That's a failure with an 89.
Okay. Maybe you don't have enough material, you weren't there. It does, though, look, as they explained, that this section that she cut out has kind of in random patterns, or kind of in a random order, there are these very thin slices, 2-3-inch slices, that have been made into. It looks like somebody just took a razor blade and kind of hacked at this bedsheet.
It's in a bit of a spiral, so I wonder if that has something to do with it. I mean, it's not really anything to go forward with, but...
Right. I mean, I would
It's a connection, if nothing
like
else.
to think they were connected, but yeah, I mean, I guess we could look in on it later.
Mhm.
You know that you also have his journal. Do you want to read that, or do you want to leave
Yeah,
that
I'll
alone?
pull it out and I'll say, I have this too, and I haven't really looked into it much yet, but...
Yeah, I mean, we could take a crack at it now if you're good with it.
If you don't have anywhere else to be.
I got a contact, and Frog, I will tell you this name if you promise me that this is just a conversation between the three of us.
Okay.
Okay, cool. It's a guy named Bad Luke. You probably know him, maybe you don't. This guy out with the Errol Flynns, and apparently he was talking with our boy that went missing. He's hanging out at a coffee shop corner, not far from where we were. But that's something we can look into after the journal, if we so please. I'm bringing it to you because I personally would probably get my ass beat if I went alone.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I don't know how much help I could give you if I went, other than, again, just being sort of strapped, but,
Hey, when you got Agent Fluke's secret on your hip, you might as well use it, right?
I guess so.
And Agent Frog, you would know that now that you have like a nickname, you could probably go into the headquarters and just kind of start looking up in the database, and you might be able to get a name from this nickname. So, something more official that will give you some information about this individual.
So they're talking, I'm coming through the journal from the back. I'm gonna start at the last entry and then go.
Because you do that, I am going to share with you something.
September 23rd. I'm struggling. Not in school. That's the only place life doesn't suck. I need cash. Mom's hospital bills are stacking up and Pops can barely afford mortgage. Till I graduate, I've been slinging this new thing called Reverb for tea. Gets you fucked up, but it's the best visuals I've ever experienced. I can't be gangbanging forever, but there's too much money to say no. Something feels weird though. T is acting weird, but it's so much money. October 1st, I asked T to tell me more. Says there's this group called the Network. T has been with them for a minute and says that they're supplying Reverb. Or T swears they make her mad money. Says they're real gangsters. They run drugs, guns, hoes, all of it. Says even the mafia bows to them. They've been running in New York for years, and now they're trying to spread their influence. Detroit is their testing ground. T says the young boys pony down, Black Mafia, and the rest ain't shit compared. There's an initiation T invited me to. Says if I commit, my worries will be over. P.S. I haven't touched Reverb in days, and I keep having these nightmares that remind me of it. I keep seeing something in the dark that comes after me. It shimmers like glass or metal. I've seen it before, and I don't think it sees me. October 8th. It wasn't an initiation, more like a fucking seance. They wore masks and danced around a fire. I told T to fuck off, but everything got real quiet, and that's when he appeared. The man in black. He just walked out of the shadows, held out a book, and some crazy bitch signed it. Gave her a tattoo. Just appeared on her damn arm. When he looked at me, I just turned and ran. Ran for what felt like hours. I'm not safe. I can't keep staying here. Can't put Mom and Pops at risk for my stupid mistake. I just wanted to help. How come every time I tried? Fuck it, I'm so sorry. What the hell?
Oh dear God.
Okay.
Looking at you, Ziggy.
I know.
Do you think... I mean... If he was staying with his parents and he was worried this thing was coming for him, you think whatever this spiral thing is, that's probably what got him, right? Maybe he's not missing, maybe
it was
he's gone,
protection.
whatever this is.
He was trying to protect himself with the circle. Think of a circular room.
Spiral, maybe? What the fuck is this seance bullshit? They're meeting together in groups? Is this cult they were talking about? Is this the cult that Fluke was talking to us about?
Let's give the three of you some time to think about what you want to do next, and let's cut to our agents Frost and Fluke. You guys make it across town to a part of town called Mexican Town, and there is a very large square building called Classic Storage. You go inside. You guys find the box. There is a roll-down door, orange roll-down door that has a lock on it. You take the combination, and you open it up. Can I ask that you both make luck rolls? Actually, you know what? One person make a luck roll.
32.
All right, that's a success. You guys open up the green box, and there is a lot of boxes of foodstuffs. Water, crates of water, and rations. there are 2 Kevlar vests, or armor vests. You also find a shotgun, and you find, I will say, 1 heavy pistol, which does a D12, and a couple of medium pistols, as well as the appropriate ammo for that.
I'm gonna go ahead and like put the one of the armor vests on, and I will extend it out to see if my fellow agent will take it.
Yep, I will take one.
Right.
But you want to, Agent Frost, you want to keep an eye from above, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're gonna have to see about Act or something.
Okay.
And I'll say all these weapons that you found, they were in a really old, rolling coffin, yeah.
Wait, are they, at least, can we obviously see that they're working? There's not like obvious like rust or anything. There's not an issue with it, correct?
It's been a little while since they've been touched, but they look to be in working order.
I'll definitely take one of those heavy pistols and a shotgun along for the party.
Okay, I will let him take that and the shotgun. I'll be like, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'll take I think there were a couple. I'll just take a couple of the medium pistols, but I'm gonna keep them not in like my primary holster. I'm gonna put them like in the secondary and like one in my boot for backup.
So you have like extra, basically, just kind of in. Gotcha. Yeah, that heavy pistol is like a 357 Magnum. It's huge. Okay, so you pull out some weapons from the green box.
Is there anything else that stands out in the green box to us?
You do see that there are some flares.
I'll take those.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think we're gonna want those.
Okay. There's 3 flares.
All right, now are we talking like road flares or like?
Yeah, like road flares. There seems to be changes of clothing.
Okay, if there's changes of clothing, I am actually probably in need of that, considering that I have a bullet hole in my shit. So,
sure.
Okay, and then if there's nothing else, I think our next order of business, now that we got this stuff kind of off the books, I think our next order of business would be to go acquire Agent Frost some kind of a long-range weapon.
Okay. So you're going to head to the police headquarters.
The FBI office or wherever we would do
if
that.
we have to head to the police station, don't they normally have armory at that point where we could probably either...
Yeah, but that's local cops. I'm not sure that we can take anything from them.
Wouldn't SWAT have something?
Yeah, but again, that's all local.
Okay.
We're federal agents.
I'm going to follow the lead of my fellow agent with Fluke, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to just follow his lead really quick.
Sounds good. Echo, what are you up to?
I'm heading to the Michigan Central train depot. Oh, I got a screwdriver before I went to the train station. I need one.
You head to the southwestern part of downtown where the train depot is. This is a central train station where trains from all over the country come in, usually with goods, imports and exports. And when you get there, you see that there is the main train station, and then there is the massive train yard where there are several tracks. There are some trains kind of coming in and out. There's some that are parked. And you know that from kind of where you're standing, on the opposite end, on the far end, there is a street called Newark Street.
Okay, I'll head towards that, towards Newark Street, and then look for the third track that's near that.
Are you going to remain on the main road? Are you going to get into the train station, or what are you going to do? You can kind of like walk the perimeter of the train station, or you can like hop the fence and get into the train station.
I'll walk the fence till I get to Newark Street.
Sure enough, you go around the block, and you are now on Newark Street. You can see that you count 1, 2, 3. There's the third track, and you kind of look across it, and you do see that every like dozen feet or so there are things like lights, there are things like would look to be relay boxes of some kind, switches of some kind. There are things littered down the track that leads to and from the station. But nothing stands out.
Is there any way I can get into the train station now from this point?
Yeah, you think that you could probably, you might have to walk a little ways, but you can find a part of the fence that you could probably hop. Just give me an athletics check to see if you can get over the fence without issue.
Oh, I pass. I pass with a 20.
Okay, you manage to hop the fence, still looking fashionable as you always do. But you get over, and it's kind of the middle of the working day, so you can either choose to just start inspecting the track, or you can try to be quiet and sneaky about it.
I'll try to be just, I guess, casual about it. Just walk around like I kind of belong there. Just not to draw attention to myself.
Okay. Give me a second. All right. You start basically walking up the track. You're kind of walking up to the different units and things that are along the track. Give me a alertness check.
I pass with a 70.
Great. You are walking, and you come to what looks to be like a breaker box or something. It's big and square, and you notice immediately that there is, in white paint, what looks to be graffiti. Anyone would just take it as graffiti. It's the image of an eye, and it has like a little flourish that comes out of the eye, like a little twirl or something. It almost reminds you of like something that's Egyptian.
Okay.
You kind of remember from your history books, there was like Egyptian eyes were kind of drawn in a certain style, and it reminds you of that.
But I assume there's screws that need to be unscrewed on this thing?
Yes, you do notice at the bottom there is a screw. I assume you're going to go and start unscrewing it? Okay, give me another alertness check.
I pass with a 23.
You open up the box after unscrewing it, and when you lift it up, sure enough, there is like a switcher or a breaker box of some kind, and there's enough space. There's only a couple of switches. There's enough space underneath it that there's just all of this space that you could easily put something, but there's nothing there. It's just kind of an empty space that you suspect if it was like a drop box or a dead drop or something, it would be a pretty decent place to shove something in. But there's not really anything there right now.
I'll re-screw it back to exactly in the way it's supposed to be, and then I will dip. Okay.
As you're dipping, because you succeeded on your alertness check, you look to your right, and where there was once nothing, there is now a train oncoming. You need to make a dodge roll. And because you succeeded on your alertness, I will give you plus 20% to that dodge roll. Do you have any skill rating in your dodge roll?
I don't, but the plus 20 gives me better odds. It's fine. It's a 5.
What did you succeed by?
It's a 45.
You leap out of the way. You actually you fall to the ground because it's just so surprising. And you realize you nearly got run over by a train. I need a sanity check.
I'll definitely not make the sanity check. No, I didn't. I didn't get the sanity check. That's 4.
Okay. You are shaking and trembling as you start making your way back to the fence. The problem is that because you did not do any stealth, I rolled an alertness for the local guards. And as you're making it close to the fence, you hear, "Hey, girl! Get the hell out of here! What are you doing? I'm calling the cops!"
I'll run. Flee.
Give me an athletics check if you're gonna try to jump the fence. There's a guy like running towards you.
Stress.
I pass with a 23.
Okay, you managed to jump over the fence before he's able to get too close. He's like, "Damn it!"
I flip him off. As I back up and I run.
What does our new alliance of Frog, Oliver, and Rose want to do? It's now about 1 p.m.
Hey, so Frog, what are you and your people doing today? Like, what's the next step for y'all? Are we in on that? What's the situation here? Or have they just decided we're fucking gone? We die.
Well, we do have something going on this evening, which we are meeting up to talk about pretty soon. But as far as I know, we have not all decided to be done with both of you. Here's the thing. This program does not give a fuck about community or individuals at all. It just sees messes and nothing else. So if you...
I got a question for you, Frog. Why are you doing this? Maybe you're not in that program. Maybe you're with us. Detroit's a whole lot bigger.
This place has a lot of messes that I can't necessarily clean up by myself. And they help with that most of the time. It gets...
Well, I want you to think about the things that you give up every time you take their call.
Yeah. No, I'll keep that in mind. Kind of hard to.
Because we'll keep you safe just the same. I mean, I'm not very big, but I can throw a punch. I don't care what Echo says. We're a lot nicer, too. I've never pointed a gun at anyone.
The bar is so low. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You do not have to do that. As a matter of fact, it would make me feel better if you didn't. But I understand where you're coming from.
Well, Mr. Lake, would you like to join me in research?
Yeah, let's find this T person if we can. Let's look this up. You know, it's funny, the way that those spirals came out, there was this old, brutal torture device in Imperial China. They used to kill people by death of 1,000 cuts. You know, poke people 1,000 times until they fucking shred their skin and die on a pole. Maybe we can look into that.
Well, I'm sure the library has lots of information on something like that, maybe?
Yeah, you know, it's
a library.
something.
So, Agent Frost and Fluke, it sounds like you wanted to requisition some weapons. Okay. There is a FBI branch in Detroit that you can visit. You're going to need to make a requisition roll. You can see that Detroit is strapped for manpower, and in the FBI headquarters, in fact, they are also kind of everyone at their stations. Your requisition is going to be an intelligence times 5 roll, or a luck roll, whichever you think is higher. But you are going to be at minus 20% because Detroit is putting all of its efforts into making sure the city doesn't burn in the next couple nights.
Okay. 27.
Yeah, I mean, most of the rifles, most of the handguns, shotguns are being, handed out to the Detroit cops. But there is a heavy rifle in the back. The heavy rifle has a range of 150 meters, which is very far.
Oh, that's a man killer.
Its damage is a D12 plus 2, and it has a lethality of 10%. What that means is that if you successfully hit, you get to roll your D100 dice again. And if you roll under 10%, the weapon automatically kills whatever it is you're shooting.
So,
finally, you have an armor piercing of 5.
Fuck me.
Fucking murdered. Fucking done.
And let's remember, the shotgun is super obvious. This rifle is super obvious. Like, you're not walking through the streets or through any kind of public building without turning heads with these weapons, but you're able to get it.
And then I think our next priority would be to go check back in with Frog at her office.
You guys check in back at the police headquarters. It's Sunday, so it's completely dead. There's not a ton of people here. The office is quiet. You manage to find yourself in Frog's office, and actually you arrive first. Frog arrives about 20 minutes after you.
Don't touch my shit.
We weren't touching your
I mean,
shit.
we touch
We
your
didn't even
shit
go
'cause
inside,
you can
like,
touch
come on.
it, but-
We're professionals.
Thank you, Frost. Thank you for that distinction. Okay, cool. But I'm there, right?
Yep, all three of you are in your office
So,
now.
long story short, we have a lot of firepower. However, we would still like some additional manpower in case things turn sour. Can you or can you not make that happen? Yes or no?
Yes, I can make that happen.
Good. Then let's do that. Remind me, what time was the meeting supposed to occur?
10
10?
p.m.?
So
Yeah, 10
if
p.m.
you would like to arrange for some reserve units to be on standby.
No. We had one of these for surveil, but
I feel like you're really forgetting. I had a weapon the first time I went and did surveillance. I got kicked out. I didn't go crazy. I'm just there as eyes in the sky.
Yeah, but the key distinction is this time you're going to be surveilling from afar.
I still have to make sure no one
Where you
else
can't
comes in any other way. Make sure there's no other surprises. So
Okay, so it sounds like there's a plan. What needs to happen first is Agent Frog, you are going to reach out to the DEA. You are going to make a bureaucracy roll, but you are going to make it at 40% because they're absolutely strapped more than the FBI even. And you're asking specifically for manpower, which is what they are lowest on.
Frog is fine, however this happens. Oh, God. It's a 23!
Yes!
No!
I don't believe 23 is a success because you're at a 50 and minus 40% makes it a 10, so you fail. So here's what happens. You have to you spend basically most of the afternoon. I'm going to say that it gets close to 7 p.m. by the time you have exhausted every option, and you just cannot find anyone to help you on this thing. So it sounds like unless the friendlies come in some way, it's the three of you, and that's it tonight.
Okay. So I've honestly done as much as I can to make that try to happen, but it looks like it's just going to be us.
Well, at least we got some big ass guns then.
I'll say that in this time, if you wanted to, you could contact Hector. I think you had a plan to do something with Hector. Yeah, he comes to the office. He's dressed kind of like a street guy. Agent Frog introduces him. His cover is Tony Besos. His name is Hector Nunez. Shakes your hand. Handsome Spanish guy. And you strap a mic to him.
Now, Hector, while you are inside of the store, Agent Frog and I are going to be just around the corner, listening and waiting to respond. My friend, Agent Frost here, is going to be keeping an eye from above. Now, this is very important. If at any point you feel unsafe or you feel like you need somebody to come in and bail you out, the safe word is Twinkie. You weave that into casual conversation, and we'll be coming right through the door.
Yeah, Hector looks at you, Agent Bluth, and he's like, Bluth, please tell me you're going to be there, right?
I will be there. Okay. I will be there.
All right, I got to get going because these guys have already started partying. I got to catch up with them.
Yeah, no, of course. Be safe.
All right, cool. I'll see you guys later. And he runs out. I'll say that the friendlies, Oliver and Rose, you said you had some plans of doing some research?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
I want to at some point go to the library because that's where I'm useful and
Absolutely.
comfortable.
Yeah, you're able to go. You've got a few hours before it closes. What do you want to look up?
Where my notes are there. I know I want to hit Chinese mythology. I want to look for the province in northern China where they got Liao from. Mostly just like Chinese mythology for Preta and for Shukuran.
You ask the librarian, and you are taken to the mythology section. You emphasize that you want to read something old, whatever the oldest thing is in the library on Chinese mythology. And you do in fact find a very old textbook that talks a lot about the paganism of ancient Chinese religion. And you are looking specifically for this god known as Shukuran. And you eventually come upon what the book understands to be Shukuran, which is that it is described as a black-skinned elephant god whose face is literally just a trunk. And it has this god created Lao. It mentions this lotus called Lao, and it explains that Shukuran also created a special race of people known as the Yuqi that were created to tend to the Lao for Shukuran. The book gives some description of Lao and how it should be taken as an herbal tea. It lists a specific amount, which is very little, like literally a single leaf. And there is mention that one needs to meditate on the concept of a perfect sphere to appease the Preta, which again is insinuated to be some kind of spirit that is awakened by the use of Lao. And once you appease the spirit, you are able to see your visions and have your visions safely. But eventually, as you're kind of pulling through this book, you eventually do come to a full-size image of what looks to be a depiction of Shukuran. Again, it is an elephant god with black skin, and it is holding in his hand a purple lotus.
Fuck this whole thing.
I'm not a fan.
The final things that you learn are that this Lao, you kind of cross-reference some other books once you have an image of it, and it seems to resemble the Brahma Kamal lotus. It's that lotus is typically white, but it looks similar, but a deep purple. And that's what you learn about Shukuran. Shukuran is a strange, kind of dark god. And in the image that you see, he is depicted with hundreds of what look to be elephant heads, and their trunks go out like almost like tentacles in front of him. It's kind of a striking image.
Do I find anything about why, like, what's the fucking point? Like, why is he making this Liao to give people vision? Is there anything that, like, why, Sergio?
Funny enough, the book you're reading ponders this exact question. What is the purpose? And the first purpose that the book supposes is that Lao is if the legends are true, is a drug of premonition, a drug of foresight, a drug where you can see both into the past and into the future, and surely that would be useful in some way. But the book also mentions the chaotic nature of the drug and how people are afraid to take it because the preta could come for them. And the book theorizes, why would a god do this? But Shukuran is also a trickster god, a god of mischief, a god of chaos. And you suppose that, in a way, it's Shukuran's nature to be both enlightening and maddening.
Is Shukuran like specific to China, or is this just like there are multiple countries throughout Asia that are involved in worship?
It seems to be a god that is influenced by Indian mythology, but is specific to the region of the Himalayas.
Yeah, so it could easily be like Tibetan as well, right? This is sort of at the center of a lot of those.
Exactly.
Okay.
And does it say anything else about the preta, about where it came from? If Shukuran's created this thing for the entire purpose of creating chaos and enlightening, but also maddening, why the preta's part of it, or is it just? Fuck you.
I'm gonna ask that you make a occult roll.
All right.
Sergio, since I think Oliver is probably directly helping with this one, is there any way I could give Rosie some assistance there?
What is your occult roll, my friend Oliver?
Oh, it's a sweet hot 10.
Okay, I'll say that you can give her 10%.
Be kind, dice gods, to me as well.
Yeah, next time I'm playing a real spooky bitch.
All around. I failed.
You look where you can in the other esoteric books available at the library. You look where there is, Taoist, Buddhist teaching books and books on the history of these things. But, again, a preta is brought up again as a malevolent spirit. Often it's emphasized that it is not a human spirit, but you can't seem to find the heart and soul of what a preta is, why it is, what it's guarding, what is it doing? Why is its attention drawn by this drug or the taking of it?
Okay, last question, I swear. Is there a physical description of the preta? Is it like a guy in black? Is that kind of a direction that it goes in, or is it just
there is no description other than it is a malevolent spirit.
So he's not like a Scandinavian guy or anything like that?
He is not. They do not mention that he's from Finland or Sweden or anything like that.
Fuck! There goes my whole theory. Yeah, totally like Man in Black with a book and a seance, maybe. Was his name T?
Okay.
Does he have a
no
name?
T.
Try to bring those together.
Can I try looking into, I don't know, maybe finding the mythology behind the spirals and anything that might, I don't know, does that have any significance? Maybe is the spiral in the shape of the lotus?
You notice a similarity. There's lotuses tend to open out, and they don't necessarily spiral the way like a carnation or some other kinds of flowers do. But you have to admit there is something flower-like about the pattern that Rose found in Ishmael's apartment.
I'm definitely going to bring that up to her then. I know that I'm not contributing a whole lot to this conversation. The book's real interesting. It seems like you found a lot, but I do think I got something.
What's up?
this lotus that this big spooky fucking elephant is carrying there?
Yeah.
Doesn't it kind of look like Ishmael's room there?
That's a good point. I hadn't thought of that. That's a good observation, Ollie.
Yeah, I used to love those books when you were younger, and you had to find like the missing object. So this is my expertise right here, Rosie.
Does it look like there's anything with his textbook that's been like stabbed through? Does it look like just entirely for the point of making the circle, rather than for a purpose of like making a message, like stabbing through letters or whatever?
I don't know what you mean. Are you saying has the book been tampered with?
No, sorry. The textbook of Ishmael's that I took that has all the stabs through it. Does it look like it's just been stabbed through for the sake of creating another spiral?
No, I mean, now that you have seen it in the context of the corner of the room, there does seem to be, there are angles, there is a directionality with the cuts.
But it doesn't seem like he was trying to leave a message with it or anything. It's just like another spiral.
No, you don't notice a message of any kind.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to say that this research takes most of the afternoon, and you're basically caught up in terms of time-wise with the agents. You have the rest of the evening ahead of you. Do you have any plans that you want to do tonight?
Yeah, I wanted to go get a sniper rifle.
I mean, it's America, so.
Fuck yeah!
Hey, you could always look for a piece. You could always try to get a piece on the street. Echo, you've got a few hours before the evening. Is there anything you wanted to get done?
The only other thing I could say would be to either go find Hi Sally or reach out to Rose and Oliver.
Make a criminology or a bureaucracy roll.
Oh, they're equal, so. I failed.
You're asking around for Hi Sally. Certainly people know of Hi Sally. You do not find her, but you do hear word that she's usually at the Lieber Nacht, the club that is in the Leland Hotel. You get a description of her, but that's about it. Nobody really, she goes by Hi Sally, so nobody really knows what the hell her real name is. She's a party girl. She's always around.
But no one's seen her recently.
Not anyone that you speak to.
Then I'll phone Rose and Oliver beep Rose's pager from a payphone.
Yeah, let's say that you guys have a phone conversation.
Hi.
What's that look like?
Hey, Rose.
Hey, you okay? You alright?
I'll be fine. What happened? What had happened?
You sound freaked out.
Well, I've been freaked out since you guys brought me all into this.
That's fair.
Anyways,
That's fair.
I've been asking around. I got some stuff on at least what's going down in my circles about the Flynns, and I think I might have found a place where I might have found like a stash box of some kind. So that's all I got.
You think it's still active?
I don't know if it's still active, but I mean, it comes and goes. It's there when it's needed. It might be something worth looking into.
Keep an eye on it, maybe.
Maybe. What are you guys doing?
We spent the afternoon in the library doing some research about some stuff that the G-Man found.
And speaking of them, have they talked to you guys today, or what's up with
Frog did.
who's Frog?
I think someone called her Blue at one point.
Okay, yeah.
Police.
Okay, cool, yeah.
She seems pretty alright. I'm not.
All right for a cop, but that's besides the point.
She seems alright by comparison to Fluke and
But you
Frog.
haven't heard from those guys?
No, and I can't say I'm unhappy about it.
Cool.
Is there anything going on in your school we need to be aware of?
I mean, I was just gonna tell you that I'm not gonna be around past 10. Don't beat me, don't page me, don't call the shop, don't come by the shop.
Alright. Is there something we need to know about?
Nothing you need to concern yourself with, as long as you do as I tell you. I mean,
Echo.
between us, could you not tell Ollie about it? Because he's gonna wanna snoop, and I'd rather you not show up. Can you do that for me, Rose?
You care about him, right?
Yeah. Yes, of course I do.
Then don't come by the shop.
Yeah, alright, okay. I won't tell him.
Try to find me tomorrow.
Okay. Please stay safe tonight. Don't do anything stupid.
I don't know, man. Who knows? Alright, be safe.
You too.
I'll hang up.
The sun goes down. The city of Detroit kind of comes to life in a new way. You saw a little bit of a preview of it the evening before, with fire trucks rolling by, police sirens interspersed throughout the city. You can hear the sound of fire alarms going off. It's still 2 days before Devil's Night, or 2 nights before Devil's Night. Already, fires are being started. You can see sections of the city where a building is illuminated by something. Occasionally, something will seem kind of heavy, like the top of a building is on fire. And the noise is just kind of, around all the time. These sirens and these whistles and these bells and people calling out. And it's not complete chaos, but it kind of just puts you on the edge of your seat. 10 p.m. rolls around, and we can assume that the agents of F-Cell have positioned themselves. Agent Frost, you have found a building that gives you a nice clear view of the front sidewalk and street that Hightower Records is on. Agent Fluke and Frog, where are you guys staying?
Well, we have the car that we can use to hide out in, but Agent Frog, I will defer to you. As you know these streets better than me, I will defer to you on where you think we should lie in waiting.
I think one of us should definitely be in the car because of the wire. I think if we're going to be anywhere else, it's got to be farther away than what Frost is doing, or no, because they're going to be in the back. Yeah, no, we should just stay in the car.
Okay. Now, Sergio, do we have like walkie-talkies or something that we can use to communicate?
I will say that between the three of you, yes, absolutely, you have some walkie-talkies.
Okay. Then we will wait.
Echo, how do you enter Hightower Records? When do you go, and how do you
I
go
assume that I have a little bit of time before 10 o'clock, so I'll just come through the front, but I'll keep that gate that I have to lock gate around it. I'll just close that, so it looks like the shop's fully closed for the entire time up until it's time for people to show up.
I think that it's easy enough for F-Cell to recognize when Echo arrives at her shop and enters, a few hours early, as you probably would have been staked out there as well. 10 o'clock rolls around, and you are waiting. It's quiet. I mean, as quiet as Detroit can be. 2 nights before Devil's Night, you do hear the sirens going off in the distance and things like that. Eventually, the 3 agents, you notice a group of men. You count 7 of them. They are all dressed in street clothing, but they all have matching pony shoes. Frog, you would have experience to know that this is likely Pony Down Posse, and they are making their way to the record store. They come up to the front, bang on the metal gate in the front.
Yeah, I'll open
Echo.
up for them, just enough for them to slide in so that I can close the gate. I won't lock that gate thing, but I'll just have it fully closed.
They come in, they're you can tell immediately that most of them are nervous. The Buttress brothers, kind of slap hands with you, say their hellos, and they're just kind of chit-chatting with you, and they're kind of hanging out in the central area of the store, bullshitting, telling you, oh yeah, we'll be out of here quick. They'll show up any minute now.
Whatever you need.
Agent Frost, do you have a visual?
All around.
Yeah, Agent Frost, you can see the storefront. You see you see a couple of legs, but they're deep enough into the store that you don't immediately see much action.
Nothing too crazy, and I just kind of keep looking around, keep my eyes focused on them.
There's just more waiting. I need to ask Echo and the agents of F-Cell to make power times 5 checks.
Yeah, because you took that. Come on.
I succeed.
Pass.
I failed badly.
Succeed.
Oh no.
I'm the only one that failed.
That tracks crazy.
Damn.
I mean, fair.
Agents of F-Cell, you are sitting there. Agent Fluke, You're just kind of, looking in the direction of the store. Frog and Frost, you both see, skipping down the sidewalk, a boy, a man. It looks like a boy that stands about 5'5", real skinny. Their hair is kind of a mess and not combed. But you can't make out their face because their face is covered by a gremlin's mask. And they're just kind of skipping, enjoying themselves down the sidewalk, and they are making their way to Hightower Records.
Hey, does anyone else see the skipping gremlin?
Yeah, no, I see it.
Agent Fluke, you look up and you don't see anybody.
No, I don't see anything.
What the?
Do you see something?
Yeah, it's a boy? At least a young man. He's got a mask on. It looks like he's about to go in the store.
Fluke and Frog, you're kind of talking to each other. Frog, when you look back in the direction of the boy, he's not there. Frost, for a moment, you kind of moved your focus to see what was going on in the room, and or in the building, and when you look back, the boy's gone. Inside of Hightower Records, the gang members were all kind of standing around awkwardly, talking, bullshitting amongst each other. Echo, you're the first to notice there's somebody else in here with you guys. In the front of the store stands a boy. Man, not more than 5'5", skinny as hell. His hair's all combed back, or combed in a weird way. He's got like a ratty Iron Maiden t-shirt and jeans. And he's got a gremlin's mask, and he's just kind of standing there, and you know that you closed that gate, but here he is nonetheless.
And then the store's closed.
The other gang members in the room kind of spin around and see him. They pull out their guns and what the fuck, man? Who? They just all start kind of yelling, and he just stands there silently. You can see through his gremlin's mask these piercing brown eyes that are just kind of wide. You really don't see any expressions on his face, but he puts his hands up and he says, "Don't shoot the messenger, man." Who, the longer he's there, the more you get the feeling that there's something maybe Hispanic. He's got olive skin, kind of darker skin. But he says, I'm here to meet the illustrious Pony Down to make a deal. And Leroy Buttress, one of the brothers at this point, kind of takes over and he says, "Yeah, man, you the guy with the reverb? You the guy with the stuff?" This boy says, "Yeah, that's me." And he just kind of stands there watching, like, "Well, let's see it. Let's see the shit." He says, "Oh, okay, all right. You don't have to yell." He reaches into his jeans, like in the front of his jeans where his groin is, essentially. And he pulls out this baggie. It's like a fist-sized baggie of what looks to be white pills, but he slaps it down on the counter. And when they go to touch it, they immediately retract. They're like, "Oh, man, what the fuck?" And you look closer and you can see, Echo, the bag is covered in this thin layer of like mucus or something. The gangsters are looking back at this guy and like, "What the fuck, man?" They take their shirts and they start kind of wiping the bag. They untie it, and one of them pulls out a little white pill. And Leroy says, "Let's see if it's legit." And the guy takes it.
He done.
As they wait to see if the effect takes hold, you're just sitting there quietly. And this guy with this gremlin's mask, and he's hunched over, he has terrible posture, and he's just kind of slowly looking at all of you. And they say, and Leroy says, "All right, man, so what do we owe you? What you want?" And he kind of ignores the question for a second. He just kind of, the boy with the gremlin mask looks at you, Echo, and he says, "Is this your music store?"
Yeah, it's my music store.
He's kind of looking around and he says, "You got any Charnel dreams?"
Yeah, of course.
Oh, God.
Yeah, of course I would have something like that.
he kind of starts like spit laughing, and he says, "They're not even out yet, you dummy."
Isn't that the shit from the fucking billboard? From the fucking corkboard?
Yes, it is. I'm tapping on Agent Frog's shoulder next to me, and I'm just holding up the shotgun, and I'm just like tapping on it and trying to indicate for her to get ready to go. And I'll radio up to Frost, and I'll say, "Frost, get ready to go."
Copy that.
"Don't worry, little lady. One day you'll have him. One day." Leroy Buttress is sick of, this weird guy, and he says, "Man, how's $10,000 sound?" And he puts down a stack of money that you suppose is $10,000. And the little boy, the boy with the gremlin mask just kind of looks at the money, looks at the group, and he says, "What do I want? I want that one." And he points to one of the members of the gang that Echo, you know, is Tony Bessos.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
And Tony's gonna have to make a roll.
That's our man, right?
Tony, no! Yes! That's our dude!
You see this Tony Bessos kind of come forward, and he's and Leroy says, "Man, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Take the money and get out of here, you fucking weirdo." And Tony says, No, Leroy, hold on. I think I get it. He wants me to follow him to, like, the next drop, right? Like, the next place you're gonna drop this, the next round of pills, right? And the boy with the mask says, "Yeah, that's the ticket." Leroy is confused, but he trusts Tony, and he says, "Okay, yeah, I guess that makes sense. He looks back to the guy that took the pill, and sure enough, he's starting to kind of stumble around a little bit and giggle to himself. Echo, are you staying away from this gentleman, or are you not walking away from this guy who's getting high?
No, I stepped away from the guy who took the pill.
Okay. Yeah, you know, shortly after he took it, you started feeling those familiar feelings, and so you kind of instinctively walk away. They check the guy, and they're like, "Oh yeah, no, it's." The guy's laughing. He's like, "Yeah, this is the real deal." He's like, "All right, man." Leroy says, "All right, man. I think we're done with this shit, man. We'll see you next time, huh? Tony, you come find us once he's shown you where to go." And Tony's like, "Yeah, you got it, man. I'll see you later. Lead the way." He turns to this boy. And he's like, "All right, yeah, come along." He opens the front, moves the gated entrance out of the way, and they both start walking down the street.
Agent Frost, get the fuck down here right now.
Can't with this big ass rifle. Do you want me to just take someone out?
No, get down here now. We gotta move.
Agent Fluke and Frog, you see the boy walking with Hector down the street, and they make a turn randomly into an alleyway. We no longer see them.
I'm gonna...
Get out. Let's go.
Yeah, follow on foot as quietly as I can.
Okay. Go ahead and give me stealth checks, please.
What? Now?
4. Success.
87 is a failure.
You start making your way across the street. What you don't realize is the gang inside Hightower Records sees Agent Frog. Echo, you see the boys inside your club, like kind of coming down, and one of them says, "Oh shit! Who is that? That looks like a cop, man!" And they all kind of come to the window and they notice this. The two agents, Frog and Fluke, you make your way to the alley. Give me alertness checks.
Oh.
Success.
Fail. Bad roll time.
Fluke, you are the only one that hears the sound of heavy wings flapping in the alley. And when you make the corner, you're kind of hit with a little bit of a gust of wind that comes out of nowhere. But when you look in this alleyway, there is nobody there.
Tony,
And there goes our lead.
Oh, shit.
It's right around that time that you hear the cocking of guns. And you look behind you and you see 4 individuals wearing pony shoes, aiming their guns at you. And it's around this time that Agent Frog, you come walking out of the building and you see 4 of these thugs aiming their guns at Agent Frog and Fluke. And that's where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Sweet.
Oh, they're all dead.
Hells.
I'm gonna pass away. Oh no.
Four-year-old twins, Zach and Kelly, sit on a couch and draw using crayons on oversized sheets of paper. A blonde woman in casual clothing sits beside them and starts a conversation with Kelly. "Hi, Kelly. My name's Cheryl. I work here at the Advocacy Center for Children. My job is to talk to boys and girls just like you. Could you tell me about what happened to Mommy and Daddy?" There's a pause before the girl says,
The bad people did it.
"Okay, Who are the bad people, Kelly? Do you remember what they look like?
A man and a lady.
Did they have blonde hair like me? Or dark hair?
Dark hair.
Cheryl looks down at the doodle Kelly is drawing. 2 stick figures, one with a bushy beard, lie in puddles of their own blood, while 2 ominous black monsters stand over them, firing their guns.